Welcome to 35,000 Women with a Message and growing on our YouTube channel. And we're in the early days yet. We have a fantastic messenger with you today. I'm going to be talking to, and that is Marleen Allen. Hi, Marleen.
Hi, Nicola.
Hey, so Marleen is an amazing messenger in the midlife makeover arena. She has a tremendous amount of experience as a healer, a clearer, a quantum activist, we'll call you. She'll tell you a little bit more about her work in just a moment. Now, these interviews are all about inspiring women messengers to get out there with their message, as well as providing some really great information within the messages of these female messengers itself. So we're action-packed here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like this video if you really like what we're saying. And you'll see at the bottom of this video, you will be able to get over into our Get Ready Go Global community, where we're developing the 35,000 Women with a Message, and you get all these free resources. So more about that later. But first, Marleen, why don't you tell us a little bit about when you realized you were a messenger and how did that change things for you?
Well, I also have a marketing agency, and a couple of my clients, ironically, happen to do quantum work. So I always knew there was a healer part in me, and it came out when I realized that I was able to do this work without even taking any of the classes.
Cool. So when you stepped into having that new business as a messenger in the midlife makeover section, what began to change for you when you were sort of following your purpose a little bit more?
Well, I realized that I had a message, but I didn't exactly know what to do with it. So, and that's when a friend actually referred me to you, and I was able to put the pieces together to, could do with what I knew and what I wanted to do. I didn't really exactly know, how to do it. So cool. You were very instrumental in that.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. So what would you say your biggest frustration has been then in monetizing your message and turning it into a business?
It would be in finding the right niche.
Yeah.
One that resonates with people.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's an ongoing process too, isn't it? Because you get the generality of your niche, and then you've got to refine it and refine it. So you've definitely had that journey, yeah?
Yes, exactly. And it's like I can do so many things. It's like, okay, well, just choosing one so as not to confuse people. Like, okay, it's this or this or that. Well, okay, zero it in on something that's just to be one focused.
Yeah, and what's happened then as a result of focusing more?
People now then can relate. So I tell them about one thing, and instead of a general umbrella idea that, oh, okay, that's just a little bit too much, they can't grasp it. But one idea, they're like, oh, I can relate to that. Tell me more.
Yeah, and that's the power of having the right message in front of the right audience, yeah?
Yes. Yep, found that out.
Yeah, the hard way, right? But that's good for other women listening, and men too, because we know that men watch our videos, because you're learning it, but you're not stopping. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that you went ahead and you continued to just keep building your business and getting out there with your message while you were refining it, right? You didn't wait for perfection before you went out there.
Exactly. Yes, I did. I did speaking. I did, and I saw the reactions on people's faces. I was like, okay, they're not getting this, so I would refine it. And then like I'd see a couple lights go on. Okay, so that's good. We'll keep with that. Refine it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point that you brought up. It's like, just get out there and start speaking to people and use the feedback that you're getting from people as to whether or not you're on track, right? And we talk about, the 3 steps to getting ready to go global. One's clarity, one's transactional, the other's transformational. So that clarity piece, too many women I see try to figure it out here before they take action. But taking action can often speed up, the clarity as well, right? You put the two together and you've got gold.
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about what your message is now then, now that you've got that clarity.
Well, I assist women over in midlife, and I assist them to remember who they are. So this is gradually over time, we forget. We forget who we are, what we're here to do, and eventually symptoms start with middle age, and we get fuzzy brain. We get besides all the other menopausal symptoms and so forth, we begin the forgetting process, and that can be a gradual downhill slope until people find themselves with dementia or worse, Alzheimer's. My parents. And yeah, it's a huge industry, and my goal is to try and keep people out of those memory care facilities that are popping up all over the place.
Right. So you're saying that your message is really about women going through that transition of life, coming into that realization of who they really are as a powerful creator, so that they can overcome some of the symptoms of midlife. Yeah, and avoid those care facilities.
Yeah, the change really is about the change in us. It's the change. It's a time to go inward instead of outward. So we're actually birthing ourselves. At this point, discovery and remembering, and that part is hard to get at if our adrenals are shot, or there's certain things going on physically, spiritually, mentally, and so forth that have taken its toll over the course of so many years. By the time we hit middle age, we're run down, fatigued, and stressed out, and those are the things that can be worked on with the quantum activations that can start to clear and clarify, bring the cells back to their perfection, if you will.
Beautiful. I love that. Bring yourselves back to perfection. There we go. Work with Marlene if you want to bring yourselves back to perfection, using her quantum techniques. And there'll be links below where you can actually get a free gift she's going to offer at the end of this. So what do you think the ripple effect is then of women in midlife getting back to who they really are and really fully understanding that the power that they have within themselves to change their life, to change their symptoms without drugs? Mm-hmm.
Well, the ripple effect is actually they're going to remain younger longer. So they're more vital. They're more independent. They can stay in their homes, as time goes on. And we're able to push the things that we're here to leave a legacy.
So it's all about allowing women to still have the energy and the clarity to go out there and fulfill their next level purpose in midlife, yeah?
Huge, yes.
And then, so what happens as a result of that in the world? Like, how does the world change when women are out there very powerfully in midlife, fulfilling their purpose?
It's bigger than what we know, really. It's being the bridge then to take us out of the patriarchal control, if you will, the system that we've been in for eons. And women have so much power than what we realize is the pivotal part, the pivotal time, really, for all collectively as women, to each of us stand in our power to be authentic and to give the gifts and to assist others and to awaken the population, to raise the consciousness, to affect change here, to be what it is that we want to see. So be the change we want to see. I know it's a cliche, but it is true.
It is indeed. So your global sustainable development goal then would be more along the lines of creating more equality, right? Where women have an equal voice, and not only an equal voice, but an equal influence on how our world is shaped. So we bring our higher consciousness and our values to that world.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome. That's really cool. So what do you see, why do you think it's important for women with messages to get out there and just start speaking and getting their message out there these days?
These are the days, right now, it's like you can't complain if you don't take action, if you don't participate in the change. Speak now or forever hold our tongue kind of thing. So
yeah,
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like leave it up to the boys who seems to be on a path of self-destruction right now, or step up and speak up, which is what a lot of women are doing all over the place now, yeah?
Yes. It's not a male bashing at all. There's no movement, males unhappily love men. This is nothing about that. And there's men who are nothing to do with the patriarchal system. You know, like my husband, he's very open and as a matter of fact, he's a proponent of, hey, more women need to get out there and do their thing. They're a lot smarter and stronger, you know.
Yeah.
Guys, egos, they get in the way, and you know, and they're so.
Yeah, there's a lot of really great men out there doing some great work, creating a better world for us all as well too. And I think that's great. Like, I make a very clear distinction between the patriarchy and, you know, not blanket saying all men and generalizing about all men, or all women and generalizing about all women. Because the patriarchy includes women. Like, there are women that support the patriarchy, right? And they benefit from it as well. It's just that most men and women don't benefit from it, right? So what do you think are the biggest challenges for women then getting out there and going global, getting their message out there?
For me, it's, you know, some people still don't realize that quantum is such a powerful thing. It's such a powerful healing force and tool that we can use. So, you know, a lot of people want to continue to trust their doctors and, you know, the mainstream, even though they're not seeing results. It's what we've been taught, you know, along the ages. It's, you know, if it's good for your parents, it's good enough for you, you know, kind of thing. Like, and you get looked at funny. Like, what? Like, I didn't participate in my backache. What do you mean? You know, it's like, maybe you did, you know, and people don't want to take responsibility for how they got in the situation that they're in. They just think, oh, no, I'll just go to the doctor, get some medication, cover it up, and, you know, we'll be good. But hey, now you're going to be one of those that aren't going to be thinking clearly down the road, if not soon, you know.
Yeah.
So that's my challenge. So yeah, but luckily a lot of people are waking up right now, so it's not as difficult as it used to be.
Yeah, I think so. I think there are more and more people around the world taking responsibility for their health and for what happens to them. It's not like the Newtonian physics is, you know, one thing doesn't have to do with the other until you prove it, and you do all these double-blinded, placebo, false studies, which has already been proven to be a false science. It's quackery. Yeah, but people still believe in it, but more and more people aren't, right? Because they're seeing the effects of an alternative.
Yes, and that's the thing. When they notice the changes in a relative or a friend, for instance, then they want to know, well, what did you do? And then they'll tell them, and okay, so it takes away the fear factor of, you know, what if my doctor doesn't approve of this, or what if I get worse? Well, it doesn't happen that way. You're not going to get worse, you know. There's no medications and cutting and surgeries and chemos and chemicals involved. So
yeah, it's awesome. I've done some work with Marlene, by the way, and it was really incredible. Totally turned around my adrenal fatigue that I was having at the moment. I don't know if you remember that way back. But it's been really powerful, just looking at the consciousness of what's going on in your organs and clearing them so that they behave in a really different way. So what would you say to women who are looking at going global with their business?
Well, I would say to talk to Nicola Grace. That's all I can say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I would say we're selling ourselves too short. And, you know, like, I can be guilty of this too, even though I'm a global speaker and I travel the world and I do a lot of stuff online and, you know, I'm doing well in my own way. There are still places where I could be showing up, and I think we just sell ourselves short, and we have to stop doing that. I think as a collective, we've got to start supporting each other and helping each other to get to where we want to go, and not be competitive and all those things that we get, you know, told off for.
True. Yes. Well said.
Yeah. So we're not going to sell ourselves short in this next section. So what would you think the biggest takeaways are that you've had with working with me? Because we did the Right Mission, Right Money program, and then you came and worked with me for a year to build your solid foundation.
Well, it is obviously, you know, discovering the power of your purpose, and once you do that, then you're able to live authentically. And to get your message out there. But then working with you, the most powerful piece has been the accountability, and then to, you know, month to month, to be able to keep the focus. You know, like, I know I was supposed to do this or that, but and then Nicola's like, oh, okay, I got it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I needed to do that. And I got off focus. I got off track. And okay, so now here I am. This works. Plug it in and do it.
Yeah. I know sometimes with my clients, I feel like I'm riding a chariot and I'm going, oh no, hang on a second. I know you're going that way, but this is the way that's going to, succeed.
Yeah.
Awesome. But okay, so here's a curly question. What are the big takeaways of clients and customers working with you and with what you offer?
Oh, well, I've had clients say that their clarity returns, that they feel on top of things again.
Nice.
And many are actually saying that they do feel younger, 10 plus years younger. Yeah. And that is what we do, is we actually take the organs, the glands, the different systems of the body, and we reverse the aging on them. We remove all the goop and and everything that we've accumulated over the years. Environmental, it could be toxins, food that we eat, emotions stuck in there, things from who knows when, cycles, timelines, all kinds of different funny things that are in the cells that are holding you from all kinds of things, whether it's physical health or your mindset, whatever it happens to be, holding you back from that authentic power and your purpose. So it's taking that and actually, letting go of all that and bringing the cells or the systems back into the beauty and the perfection that cell is. And once you do that, then you're into that divine perfection that we were all started with. And
beautiful.
Yeah. And living there is, now you have your connection. You intuitive have, the voice that you can, it's your voice, but it's a higher voice, if you will, that you can live with more ease and grace, and by doing things that are more in tune to who you are.
Okay, awesome. And so, I don't know, guys, watching this, did you see how she lit up when she started speaking her message? Marlene, you so need to take that piece of this interview and create an entire video on it. And like, this is my message to you. When you find what you're really passionate about and you really find what your true message is, you'll have that light up with what Marlene did. And didn't she look beautiful when she did it, and when she said it, and she looked really young? Like, you lifted up, you lit up. I could see your light starting to extend from you. And that's what we want all our female messengers doing. We want to bring our light to the world. Yeah.
That's the same way I get when I'm inside of a cell and I see that, and it's like, whoa, it just lights up, and and there's no words to describe it. It's
beautiful.
Just that beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. It's that divine connection.
I could describe it. Tears and goosebumps is all I can.
Oh, that's lovely. So hopefully those of you watching are encouraged to just get out there and speak your message, because you'll look beautiful and young when you do it too. So talk to us about the gift you have, just to finish off with.
Okay. Well, on my website is midlifemakeovermethod.com. I do have a free midlife makeover book, and you can download that. It does give a lot of information about what's going on when we reach this time of our lives, and what you can do right now. You don't need my help for a lot of this. A lot of it's common sense, obviously food, exercise, drink a lot of water, those kind of things. But there's a lot of stuff that people don't know. They're just not aware of. Nobody's really telling us. So I pack a lot of that in there. And so get the book, and then when you get the book, there's going to be a link to, and you can register for a webinar that I periodically, what the next one is coming up is the Fuzzy Brain Buster Live. So we're going to give everybody their own profile of what their own memory centers are, where they're at. So everybody personally is going to get their own reading. Beautiful, beautiful. And the link for that is below. You can just go down into the description and click it. And I'm just going to apologize once again if the rain comes through. I am in Costa Rica at the moment. It is monsoon season, and we are into our third consecutive day
of rain, and it was really light when we began, and now it's pouring. So I don't know how much of that. So I've got these headset on. I don't know how much of that's going to come through, but certainly there's fluctuations in the internet connection, and I can see it's a bit grainy. So I do apologize, but this is really good stuff. And I'm demonstrating, and you know this because you've worked with me for a few years now, Marlene. I demonstrate being imperfect, but delivering great value regardless, right? Just get out there and do it. You don't have to be perfect.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you can build a business and be successful as a messenger without having the perfect lighting, without having the perfect filming, and without looking glossy. And in fact, for some people, the authenticity of that is a lot more relatable. And now it is really pouring. So our final piece is, what is your best advice for budding messengers wanting to go global?
Well, we're all here for something much more than what we realize. Larger, let that scare you. You're getting, it's your biggest freedom comes when you get that aha. When you get that moment that you know, oh my gosh, that's it. And then you get all goosebumpy and you're just like, oh, okay. And then from that point on, you can't not do it, you know? So just go for it.
Yeah. And you said, because I think the internet broke down there a little bit, did you say your greatest clarity or your greatest breakthrough will come when you get the aha?
Your greatest freedom.
Oh, the greatest freedom.
Yeah. Yes, because you're working too hard right now. Whatever it is, you're working way too hard. Awesome. I know I was. I found out, you know, and then now it's like, just, this is it. And it may seem, yes, it's a huge thing to accomplish, but it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, just live it. Just be in the moment and just live it, and it comes to you. So it's not hard.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Awesome. So, folks listening, subscribe to the channel and like this video if you like what we're talking about and you really want to support this growing community that we're building of 35,000 women with a message. And if you want to know what it's all about, you can head down to the link there, Get Ready, Go Global. You can get all of our free resources. There's a platform there for you to promote your content, to learn how to go global, to get your clarity piece put together, and get some support in our community as well. And we've also got a YouTube a video that should pop up next at the end of this video to talk about the beautiful dress I'm wearing and why the 35,000 Women with a Message movement came into being. And would love for you to share what we're doing and support these women, and maybe even become one of these inspiring women yourself. So thanks, Marleen.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you, Nicola.
And thank you, everybody, for listening. Like, subscribe. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.